welcome to News at this hour. I am your host Rika Roy and this is our top story. BJP in Rajasthan held a key meeting in Jaipur a day ahead of the results. The voting for 199 of the 200 assembly seats in Rajasthan was held on November 25th, with roughly 75.45% of eligible voters exercising their franchise. The state has not voted back an incumbent government in the last 30 years. Most exit polls have predicted an advantage for the BJP, but there is no clarity on who the chief minister would be.
कल इस समय पूरा राजस्थान दिवाली मना रहा होगा कि राजस्थान में कुशासन का अंत हुआ और सुशासन का शुरुआत होगी। एक समय वो 156 कह रहे थे, फिर वही लोग 80-85 पे आ गए, कल 50 से नीचे आ जाएंगे।
जनता ने पहले ही अपना मानस व्यक्त कर दिया था और इस बार के चुनाव में जिस तरह से जनता ने मुखर होकर के भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनना चाहिए, या मैं ऐसा कहूं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी सत्ता से बाहर जानी चाहिए, ये आवाज व्यक्त की थी। तो अब तो सब कुछ स्पष्ट है कि ये भ्रष्ट सरकार जाने वाली है।
Just a day after the results of the State Assembly polls, the winter session of the Parliament will begin. According to sources, a resolution for Mahua Maitra's expulsion is likely to be moved on the same day. In an all-party meeting held on Saturday to discuss the session, TMC and Congress demanded a discussion on the Ethics Committee report that found prima facie evidence of illegal gratification and unethical conduct on the part of Ms. Maitra.
The foundation for a stormy start to the winter session of Parliament, likely to be laid on day 1, Monday. Government sources have said the government is likely to move a resolution for TMC MP Mahua Moitra's dismissal on Monday itself after the report is presented, setting the stage for an opposition government clash, signs of which were clear at the all-party meeting today, where Mahua Moitra's party Trinamool Congress demanded a discussion on the Ethics Committee report first. The Congress joined in the demand. The government said that the Speaker will decide on the discussion.
একজন পার্লামেন্টের মেম্বারকে যেভাবে এথিক্স কমিটির নাম করে অপমান বা অবমাননা করা হচ্ছে এবং এথিক্স কমিটি নিজে পার্লামেন্টের নিয়ম কানুনকে যেভাবে ভঙ্গ করছে, একটা এমপিকে তার ভাবমূর্তিকে কলুষিত করবার যে চেষ্টাটা করলো, তার মধ্যে যুক্তি কতটা আছে, কতটা বদলা নেবার মানসিকতা আছে, কতটা তার মধ্যে নিয়ম মানা হচ্ছে, এগুলো কিন্তু আমাদের দেখা দরকার।
एथिक्स कमेटी में उसका चर्चा हुआ है और सदन में क्या होगा स्पीकर तय करेंगे।
At the all-party meeting, there were also demands for a discussion on issues the opposition wants to raise in the winter session. These include caste census, alleged misuse of CBI, attack on federal structure and Manipur violence. The Congress also raised the encroachment by the Chinese in Ladakh, and the TMC brought up the delay in payment of Manrega funds to Bengal. During the session, the government has proposed discussions on 19 bills, including 7 new bills. Among the new bills is the bill to reserve 33% seats for women in Jammu and Kashmir and Puducherry assemblies. The 3 bills seeking to replace the IPC, CRPC and the Evidence Act. The Congress and regional parties from the south have said the names of the new bills should be in English, not Hindi.
There is no Indian name, everything given Bharatya, but something we could not understand. If these people, government is against our English, they are prerogative. At the same time, they cannot impose one language, Hindi, for honest South Indian people.
Even one general issue which was raised in the all-party meeting is regarding imposing Hindi in the new legislations, namely in the criminal law system. In the place of Indian Evidence Act, Indian Penal Code and Criminal Procedure Code, new nomenclature is being provided. So most of the members in the all-party meeting have demanded for reconsideration of imposing Hindi in the name of Criminal Procedure Code as Indian Penal Code and Indian Evidence Act.
The winter session is the last full-fledged session of the Modi government's second term as the budget session in January next year will be only of 7 to 8 days, during which the interim budget will be presented. Needless to say, this session is likely to see many political battles. With Prashant Tusamasha for NDTV.
Both the BRS and the Congress are on tenterhooks waiting for the election results on Sunday, even as back-channel communication lines are being established for every kind of eventuality. My colleague Uma Sudhir reports.
Big crowds at the residence of Telangana Congress Chief Revanth Reddy, seen as a front-runner to become Chief Minister. Hopes of a Congress victory have soared, with many exit polls predicting that the BRS lags behind the Congress. This even as the Chief Minister's official residence was getting a fresh coat of paint. BRS leaders still say they are confident of a big win. Congress leaders Revanth Reddy, former PCC Chief Uttam Kumar Reddy, Campaign Committee Chairperson Madhu Yaski Gaud and Co-Chairman Ponguleti Srinivas Reddy, all potential CM candidates, went to complain to Telangana's Chief Electoral Officer that they suspect foul play by the BRS when the Model Code of Conduct is still in place.
That, the Election Commission of India had stopped the disbursement of Raitu Bandhu for farmers in a written order. 6,000 crores of such money with the government is being dispersed to contractors who are their favorites on a commission kickback basis. Since the Model Code of Conduct is being in place, it should not happen like that. Lastly, we have received allegations of thousands of acres of assigned land in Rangareddy district and surrounding areas. The titles being changed through Dharani portal. We have put our objection with some evidence.
Both BRS and Congress leaders acknowledge falling short of numbers could lead to poaching and are devising strategies and counter strategies.
देखिए 60 के ऊपर हो गया नो प्रॉब्लम, कोई नहीं बिकेगा, मगर अगर से 55 के नीचे है तो केसीआर खरीदेगा, हमारे लोग बिक सकते, मगर अगर से 55 के नीचे आए 100% रिसोर्ट में ले जाके लाख डाल के रखना पड़ता.
Across the border, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar has come, who is in fact a resort expert. So is that presence of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar indicative that you want to safeguard your MLAs?
No, I do have experience working in Karnataka, so if necessary we take Big Brother's help, otherwise I can manage myself.
This even as Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao has called a cabinet meeting at 2 p.m. on 4th December. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagarjuna, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.
After escalation of tensions between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana over the Nagarjuna Saga Dam water sharing, the Union Home Secretary has ordered deployment of central forces, and the Water Resources Ministry has asked both states to work with the Krishna River Management Board. My colleague Nehal Kidwai reports.
Nagarjuna Saga Dam in Telangana, Nalgonda district. This is the point of conflict where on the intervening night of 28th and 29th, around 400 policemen from a special police force of Andhra Pradesh, they barged into this dam, and at that point of time, what we have come to know, around 30 policemen from the special police force of Telangana, they were patrolling and guarding these premises. They outnumbered them, they overpowered them, they pushed them back. Andhra Pradesh police destroyed CCTV cameras. They destroyed barricades erected by Telangana police. They took full control of 13 gates out of 26 gates, and they released water. Andhra Pradesh claimed that as per Krishna River Management Board agreement, 66% water of this river belongs to them, and they have not released one single drop of extra water. The conflict was escalating, and that is why first the Union Home Ministry followed by the Jal Shakti Ministry both intervened. Now a company of the CRPF has been deployed here. What we have come to know that after the poll results, other companies of CRPF would also reach here, and they will take complete control of this dam. So now the dam management here on the ground will be controlled by the CRPF, the Central Police Force, because the government doesn't want that the tension should escalate further, because it's a very sensitive issue, and this can also bring on the conflicting point the people of two states. This is not the first time Andhra Pradesh police has done this. In 2015 also, Andhra Pradesh special troops of Andhra Pradesh had attempted to enter the dam premises, but at that time the anti-Naxal force Greyhounds was immediately sent here and they had thwarted the attempt. But this is something that the union government doesn't want to escalate further. So now the CRPF has been deployed here and the CRPF is going to take full control in next 48 hours. This is what we have come to know. From Nagarjuna Saga Dam in Nalgonda, Telangana, with camera person Kumar Nihal Kadwai for NDTV.
Now, Tamil Nadu police searched ED officers in the state a day after they arrested an ED officer in Chennai in an alleged bribery case. ED sub-zonal office in Madurai was searched by the Tamil Nadu police. Ankit Tiwari, the ED officer, was arrested and sent to 15 days judicial custody after being caught red-handed accepting a bribe from a government doctor whom he was trying to extort in an old case. My colleague Sam Daniel has more.
The Tamil Nadu Police's Vigilance and Anti-Corruption Wing DVAC cracking down on the Enforcement Directorate in Madurai. The searches came after Enforcement Officer Ankit Tiwari was caught red-handed allegedly with 20 lakh rupees bribe money he received from a government doctor. Already at loggerheads with the Enforcement Directorate for its summons to 5 district collectors over investigation into alleged money laundering cases which the court has stayed. The arrest has given fodder to the opposition in its showdown with the ED.
A series of corruption charges are coming right from ED, Home Ministry, and we can see lot of allegations about the misappropriation of funds by the sender in the CAG report. And I wonder, is BJP Bharatiya Janata Party or BJP a bribery Janata Party?
This is the second such case. Just before the recent polls, another enforcement officer was arrested in Rajasthan for allegedly taking a 15 lakh bribe.
முதல் கிடையாது, இது கடைசியாக இருக்க போவதும் இல்லை. காரணம், நேற்று அமலாக்கத்துறையில் யார் தவறு செய்திருக்கின்றார்களோ நிச்சயமாக சட்டப்படி கடுமையான நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும். அதில் எந்தவித மாற்று கருத்தும் இல்லை. அதுவும் குறிப்பாக அமலாக்கத்துறை என்பதால் இன்னும் நடவடிக்கை கடுமையாக இருக்க வேண்டும். இதுக்காக மொத்த அமலாக்கத்துறையை பெயிண்ட் பண்ண வேண்டிய அவசியம் கிடையாது. மொத்த அமலாக்கத்துறை இப்படி, மொத்த சிபிஐ இப்படி, மொத்த தமிழக காவல்துறை இப்படி பெயிண்ட் பண்ண வேண்டிய அவசியம் இல்லை.
With the opposition already ganging up against the centre, alleging misuse of central agencies in opposition-ruled states, the second arrest of an enforcement officer for alleged corruption and extortion has come as a double whammy for the centre, as well as a dent on the ED's credibility. In Chennai with Cheryl Esther Juliana, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Renewed fighting in Gaza stretched into a second day on Saturday after talks to extend a week-old truce with Hamas collapsed, and mediators said Israeli bombardments were complicating attempts to again pause hostilities. Qatar, which has played a central mediating role, said negotiations were continuing with Israelis and Palestinians to restore the truce, but Israel's renewed bombardment of Gaza had complicated matters. Israel, however, has accused Hamas of refusing to release all the women it held. Israel has directed its representatives in Qatar to return to Israel following a deadlock in negotiations with Hamas to renew the truce in Gaza.
As the precarious week-long Israel-Gaza ceasefire came to an end, hostilities between Israel and Hamas resumed, with Israeli airstrikes killing close to 200 people near Gaza's Rafah border crossing. Attempts to mediate further extensions to the ceasefire failed as both parties accused each other of ceasefire violations.
يعني احنا نرجع الفشل للطرفين الإسرائيلي والأمريكي. الطرف الإسرائيلي يوم أمس بالليل كان واضح أنه هو يريد العودة إلى القتال. جرى طرح أكثر من فكرة من قبل الوسطاء. نحن تجاوبنا مع 3 أفكار منها.
It's also important to understand why the pause came to an end. It came to an end because of Hamas. Hamas reneged on commitments it made. In fact, even before the pause came to an end, it committed an atrocious terrorist attack in Jerusalem, killing 3 people, wounding others, including Americans. It began firing rockets before the pause had ended, and as I said, it reneged on the commitments it made in terms of releasing certain hostages.
For the people of Gaza, their hopes of an extended truce deal were met with the sounds of sirens, flares and explosions, as the week-long respite, which saw increased aid entering the besieged territory, came to an end.
والله اللي بدنا اياه يحلونا خالص، اما هذه كلها كذب. الهدنه هذه قصه مصايدات، كلها كذب. يا حل بالمره يا اما هذا كله كلام فاضي. يجوزش هذا الكلام. ايش الهدنه؟ الشمال ممنوع يروح على داره، هدنه ايش؟ هذا كذب كله.
For the Israelis, while the release of hostages has buoyed sentiments, the resumption of hostilities is being seen as a necessary step towards protecting Israelis from attacks such as the one perpetrated on October 7.
We all want a ceasefire, we all want peace, we all want quiet, but not at the expense of our lives. And that's what everybody should know.
As the bombardment of Gaza continues, trucks carrying essential aid meant for the enclave remain stuck at the Rafah border crossing, according to the United Nations.
Time for a quick break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned.